One of the things that we understand that our kids absolutely have to have is innovation and communication. And those two pieces, without those two pieces, our kids are not going to be able to compete in the world. What we're hearing from manufacturers and the CEOs of top corporations is they want students to be able to think across the curriculum. If you're good at math, how can you apply it? We don't just want someone sitting in a room just doing math. If you're good at science, how can you communicate with the people writing the application for the new iPad or whatever? So the Common Core is answering that question. It's benchmarked on an international benchmark, so we know that when our kids are successful on the new curriculum, that they'll be able to compete with kids. Wherever you choose in the world, they'll be able to compete. Both is changing. Curriculum's changing, the actual standards, and also the teaching strategies, what kids need to be able to do. The first step is just changing our current standards. The new standards are integrating a lot of the sequencing of the material. So Algebra 1 may have math in it that wasn't in it before, that used to be in geometry, and geometry might have some Algebra 2 in it. So really, our first step is just unfolding all of the new standards and figuring out how they line up with our current standards. Secondly, it's going to be about teaching strategies. Teaching strategies are going to look very different, because it's not as much about memorization and rote memory, it's more about how do you apply what you know. And that requires communication. It requires learning to work in a group, effective communication skills, and understanding that how math applies to science and how a science applies to history. Our teachers have to be retrained and taught how to best teach the kids so that they can think innovatively and to be able to communicate.